back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification bell. I am here to do a book series review. I haven't done one here on my channel, but I just finished by Shantel Tessier, the Lord series, which I am going to talk about. If you are not 18 plus, this video is not for you. The Lord series is a very dark romance, so yeah. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification bell. And let's get started on today's video. So today's video, we will be talking about the whole Lord series with Shantel Tessier. And the first book, this series, first book is called The Ritual. And it is about it is a dark romance collage. Some of them are dark revenge, but this is a dark romance collage. And the first three books, The Ritual, The Sinner, and The Sacrifice, follow. This first book is Riot and Blakely. There's a bookmark in it because my boyfriend's reading it. So, The Chosen One. So, basically, the Lord series is about, there are these lords that they are in college. They're a lord. And they have a chosen one, which they don't get to pick their chosen one. They get a chosen one, and that's who they get. Basically, after the ceremony, they get to do whatever the fuck they want to the woman, and she has to proceed. There are trigger warnings, so always check your trigger warnings in each of the books. Every book has different trigger warnings. Some are the same. They all have a playlist too of the songs. And in the first book, The Ritual, you have Blakely and Riot. And Blakely is Riot's chosen one, and Blakely doesn't really like Riot at first. There's a whole little bit, and she is with a guy named Matt. And Matt has a chosen one too, and Blakely's trying to figure out, like, what is this chosen stuff, and Matt won't tell her about anything. He's kind of a real dick. And then later on, she finds out that Matt is basically cheating on her, and she ends up dumping Matt's ass. But she gets a call, or she talks to her mom about it, and her mom isn't too happy because Matt and Blakely are in a, what is that thing called? A marriage, like, they're supposed to be married. Matt and Blakely are supposed to be married, so they're in a marriage because of their parents, but Blakely doesn't want anything to do with fucking Matt. And there are a lot of spicy scenes in here. There's a lot of sex and stuff that happens, and there is I can't really read the trigger warnings, but the trigger warnings basically include a lot of stuff that happens, and there is also a forced sex fantasy in this, where Blakely opens up to Riot about it, and Riot's just like, okay, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. I don't care. I will fulfill your fantasy. Whereas Matt, her ex-boyfriend, judged the fuck out of her. And of course, all Matts are judgy. I dated a Matt. And he was very judgmental, and then he tried to get Blakely back so they could be in their marriage or whatever, and it doesn't happen. And there's a lot of stuff that happens. This is probably going to be these books are going to be spoiler free. But The Ritual is my all-time favorite. And so the second book we go on to, and it follows what's his name? Sin and Ellington, but they call her Ellie. And this is a dark collage romance, and it's basically like the same book too. Ellie is in, they're all in basically like marriages that they're supposed to do, but he has Ellie as his chosen one, and a lot of spicy stuff happens. They are in college, and he is a lord. And there's a lot of more spicier stuff and a lot of more stuff that happens in this book than there is in the ritual. The ritual's kind of like, I'm not trying to say vanilla, but it's kind of like, there's less horrible stuff that happens than in this book. And in this book, there is a scene where I believe she goes to the blackout or something, or like somewhere, and she has like this bunny mask on. I believe this is the one. And there's a lot of stuff that happens in that. So I don't have the physical copy, but The Sacrifice, I have it on my Kindle. This follows Tyson and Laken, which she also goes by Lake too. And that is a really good book. And personally for me, out of all the books, I have my top 3, which I will share at the end. And he has a chosen, her name is Lake. And she hates Tyson at the beginning. She hates Tyson, then she starts to fall in love with him. And she is forced to marry Tyson, and he forces her and all that. There's a lot of stuff. But in the center, there is a really sad letter in it, and it made me cry. So then you have book 4, which doesn't really need to be read, but this could be read as a standalone. So this follows Colton. I believe his name is Colton and Rayleigh. This is a stepbrother and stepsister romance, and it's kind of weird. It is a little weird. It's like it is shorter than most of the books that she has made. It is a 210-page book, so I got through this quickly, more than the other ones. The other ones took me a while to read. They took me a while because I'm not a fast reader. You can judge me on that. I'm not a fast reader. But this follows Colton and Riley. Colton works for Tyson, so it's a really good read if you want to read it. Then we have Carnage. This follows Ashton and Saint. And Saint is, at Carnage, there's a lot that happens worse than the Lords. And Saint is very determined to get Ashton. And he ends up falling in love with her and everything. They get married and everything. And he is determined that this is the girl that he wants, basically. And basically their sayings are, I vow, you vow, we vow. So at the vow ceremony, that happens. But this is a really good book. And then the latest book that they came out with is Madness, and I just finished this a few days ago. Made me sad at a few parts, and this is just a good book. It is an 800 and something page book, and this follows Hayden and, what's her name? Hayden and Charlotte. This follows Hayden and Charlotte. It is a very good book. He is part of Carnage as well. There's a lot of stuff that happens. There is a few sad parts that people cry at, where the part where they get married and they play a song, and it is very sad. I'm not spoiling any of these books, but this is a good read. It's best to read them all in order. People have started with Sabotage first and then read the rest of them, but this is book 6. She is working on the new one, a newer one. Hayden, basically, he's daddy. He is hot as fuck. The men she uses on these books are fucking phenomenal, and they're hot. They all have their own Instagrams. I don't follow them on Instagram, which I should, but my boyfriend would be like, why are you looking at hot? Why are you looking at hot guys? I'd be like, they're from the Lord series. But Carnage and Madness follows into what Carnage is all about and everything. And in Carnage 2, Hayden is in the book. And in this book, also too, Charlotte kind of gets, she's Hayden's therapist. Excuse me. Hayden is kind of cocky to her and basically says, well, if you want me to fuck you, dollface, I totally would. And Charlotte gets kind of embarrassed. Excuse me, I think I'm getting sick. But this was a really good read. It took me about a month to read it. I know, it shouldn't have taken me that long, but there was a lot going on too. At home, it's just like when my boyfriend's here, sometimes I get distracted and it's not his fault. I have ADHD and I get distracted really easily, but this was a really great read. I loved every second of it. I love Chantel's read, like her spiciness is really good. There's a lot of spice that happens in here. So overall, for my rating, The Ritual is, they're all 5 stars. But to be honest, Sabotage was basically a 4-star read for me. Not saying that I didn't like it. Stepsister and stepbrother romance is kind of like weird for me to read. Just a little bit. I'm not hating on anybody that reads them. Stepbrother and stepsister romances. It was just a little bit weird for me to read at first. But I really liked it. So 4.5 stars basically. And my favorites out of all of them would have to be The Ritual, The Sacrifice, and Madness. But if I had to put it in the Ritual, the Madness, and then Sacrifice, if I have to rate my top 3 men out of everybody, it would be Riot, Hayden, and Tyson. Those are my top 3 men from Carnage and the Lord series. The Lord series. And yeah, this was my book review. My book series review. I will be doing a lot more book reviews on this channel. This is my first one. I'm sorry that I didn't upload for a month, but things got hectic and everything. In September, it's really hard for me because my dog's passing. In October, it's hard for my boyfriend because somebody in his family passed away, so October is really hard. His birthday is this Saturday. I am celebrating his birthday. It is also Thanksgiving here in Canada. If you didn't know, Thanksgiving, it is on Monday, next Monday, but we are celebrating it Saturday. We are going over, me and my brother and my boyfriend lives with me. We're going over to his mom and his grandparents' place to go celebrate Thanksgiving, and that's going to be really fun. I've never really celebrated Thanksgiving with a boyfriend before since high school, so that's going to be really fun. His family adores the shit out of me, but would I recommend this series? I would recommend it if you love dark romance. Check your trigger warnings first. Always check your trigger warnings first because some things may trigger you. None of these books, the books that I read don't trigger me a lot. I don't know why they have trigger warning. They have trigger warnings for a reason, yes, but they don't trigger me. But the way Shantel just goes and spills her heart out in these books and writes them, she did a fantastic fucking job. Shantel, if you're ever watching this, you did a fantastic job. But I really love her work. She also, if you order from Amazon, she does black pages, so they look like these or whatever, the black pages. They have black pages. The only books that don't have black pages are Carnage and Sabotage. I didn't order them off of Amazon. I ordered them off of, I think, what's that place called? Indigo Chapters or whatever. But anyways, I recommend these. If you love dark romance, good for you. Join the dark side. We need you. But yeah, this was a good read. Love these books. I do recommend them to anybody that loves dark romances or is starting to get into their dark romance era. These are really good books to start off with. Remember to always check your trigger warnings before you read a dark romance or any of these dark books or whatever. There are a lot of dark romance books that I'm trying to get through. I am reading Death Trap right now. The new book I'm reading is Death Trap by Alexandra St. Pierre, and I'm getting the physical copy this weekend. I really like it so far. A new author, I really like her. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification bell. Remember to turn on your post notifications so you know every time I upload a new video. Comment down below if you like to read, if you read dark romances or whatever. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. TikTok I've been posting a bit more on. Twitter I post on there a little bit. Sometimes I reshare Avril Lavigne or different stuff. And Instagram, I go on there. I post on my story, and I also post about me and my boyfriend. So if you want to see what my boyfriend looks like, I will never show him on YouTube. I don't know if he'll ever be on YouTube. He honestly hates photos and stuff. And for him to take photos with me, he actually said he truly actually does like to take photos with me once in a while. He just hates photos. It's a guy thing. He hates photos, but he'll take photos with me. He's very kind. We've been dating for almost 5 months. His name is Kyle. I'm not sharing his last name, but he's very, very kind. He's a very sweet man. I am 4 years older than him. He will be 21 this Saturday on October 12th. So comment some birthday wishes down below for my boyfriend Kyle. He is very sweet, gets along great with my brother, gets along great with my dad, gets along a little bit with my mom, but he doesn't know my mom a whole lot. Gets along with my family, and I get along great with his family. His mom is basically my mother-in-law. His aunt is basically my aunt. She has me as her niece on her frickin' Facebook. I get along great with his whole family. They're dirty and perverted, just like me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. Remember to comment down below if you love dark romances. Remember to subscribe, share this video with family, friends, whoever you want. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and have a great day. Stay safe and stay positive. Bye.